let's talk about that. Yeah, was there more vol bias in the local media? And what were the ratings? What do, let's say, stars give to the Masters, and what do lesser profile teams do to the Final Four? You know what this is, folks? Yeah. It's where I tell it like it is, the media gets upset, but they say that, they yell at me, but then they know I'm right. Yeah, this is Media Watch. Was that going out right there with the whole thing? We got the bumper. My apologies here. I think we had the bumper music coming out. Let's try this again. Yeah, see, I pride myself on the theme music, but I can't hear the bumper. You know, this is Media Watch. See, doesn't this sound like something like, you know, that Ron Burgundy would be coming out to or something? Took it from Super Bowl 8 highlights. All right, that's where we're at right now. All right, I wanted to talk a little bit about, to begin with, I usually start local and then go national. The ETSU Lady Bucks game, no, I shouldn't say Lady Bucks, Lady Vols, they're not the Lady Bucks anymore, but the softball game. John City Press, it's over the phone. Headline, I don't have a problem with that. I get it. But ETSU at the same time hosted Appalachian State in baseball. By the way, if you're wondering how these two games got to be played at the same time in Johnson City, the Lady Vols were supposed to come to Johnson City in February, but the game got, weather conditions. I believe rained out. I don't think it was snowed out, but, weather conditions prevented the game from being played, and so it was postponed. To this day, this is when the schedules would both allow the game to be played in Johnson City, so on and so forth. It's a big ticket item for ETSU, so they do it. They promote on their website, 7 ways from Sunday, though, the ETSU Appalachian State baseball game. Maybe because they know they've got to get some attention for it. Okay. But that was emphasized when Preston sent out a reporter to cover ETSU Appalachian State, even though, no, it's not on the road. It's right there in Johnson City, right there in the corner of State of Franklin and University, the former Tennessee Street there, in the ballpark that should be named after Jim Mooney. And so, we have a circumstance where, I'm curious about this. And admittedly, they've got writers out. They've got all 4 writers writing stories in the sports department, Okay, you don't send out a stringer to cover ETSU Appalachian State baseball? Really? You don't do that. What you do have is Joe Avento writing about golf and a feature about golf instead of... Now, I'm big on, it should be more about features than game stories. I get that, but boy, did that really send a message. You ignore baseball between ETSU and Appalachian State, but you cover and give primary coverage to ETSU UT. That is some real UT bias right there. Oh yeah, that's some big time UT. Now, admittedly, it's been a while since Johnson City Press because of budgetary restrictions, and also, there is the idea, look, the AP can do this, so they don't have the beat writer that they once had, like Trey Williams, somebody like that covering the Vols. Okay, I get it, Still, though, you're looking at, that really was surprising to me, that there weren't 2 stories. Now, I know, game stories, that's a thing of the past, so to speak, but still, you want your analysis, The 5 freshman pitchers for ETSU showed promise to the future. The Southern Conference proved their mettle against an opponent who once scorned them. Yeah, that's worthy of a tale, let's say. So that's the first thing in this edition of Media Watch. I want to point out that the men's Final Four ratings were in. And, a lot of people discuss, Virginia, Texas Tech, that's not going to be a big-time rating. Come on. Actually, it was up 3.2 points over last year's Villanova, Michigan. The reason? Last year's Villanova, Michigan was on Turner. This year is on CBS. The networks still provide a rating, which is something that maybe, just maybe, college football, who has their title game on ESPN, ought to learn. And for that matter, something that baseball ought to learn, as it used to be, the championship series, that was always on the networks. And people, what do they watch live? What don't they watch on Hulu or something? They watch sports. So, yeah, where are the networks? Where are you, Fox, broadcasting all the baseball playoffs? That's a question to ask. Tri-City Sports Now, coming back, final segment, after this.